Hey everybody, welcome back. So we're going to continue our lessons on caricatures, and we're going to take the next step now. We've worked on the face a little bit, and now we're going to work on bodies, all right? So a lot of times caricatures have some sort of body with them. Sometimes it's a full body and they're drawn really small, all right, which is kind of emphasizing the face and also kind of makes it look funny and cartoony. Sometimes it's just like maybe the top of the chest or something, but usually the head is very large in the caricature and the body is kind of de-emphasized. But there, a lot of times to add humor, make something funny about the person or about the celebrity or whoever the character is about. All right, so let's practice bodies. All right, so we're going to start with a male, and then we'll do a female body. So this is going to be generic. I'm not drawing anybody in particular. I'm going to draw like a head just so we have some kind of size reference here. Generic head. Just going to do like a little 3/4 view. And this is very similar to drawing a body and trying to draw the proportions kind of real, but just kind of simplified. All right, so here's just my generic head shape. Okay, I got the plane of the face here. Got the line there for the middle to bisect it. The eye line here. And with caricatures, we're going to do, there's obviously, as we've looked at, there's lots of different styles of bodies you can do. But we're going to do, we can do a partial or, a really small body. We're going to do just like I don't know, what do you call it? Medium-sized body? Let's call it that. So a large being that you'd only see like the shoulders or the chest or the, kind of like a bust of your caricature. It's small being like the super, super tiny ones that look, pretty funny. We're gonna do like a medium one. So the first thing we gotta do is start making the neck a little smaller, right? So, and usually, okay, so we rough everything out. And usually you don't want to start with the head, but since so much of the caricature is focused on the head, when I do caricatures, I find that I do start with the head and then kind of add the body after. And because it's kind of so cartoony and silly, it doesn't really matter. So here we go. Neck has to start getting small, right? We got to start shrinking things down. And then for the chest, I'm going to do kind of like my oval, but it's going to be a little more round now since we're making everything a little more compact to be a caricature. Again, this is not going to be anybody in particular, generic male kind of thing. And so I'm going to keep going down here. So for the waist, now we can do the full kind of shape like we do normally, or we can simplify it to like an oval. Kind of just depends on what you want. I'll do the full shape, but I want to make the chest a little bigger, right? For a male generally, and obviously you got to look at your whoever you're drawing and see if they have anything that looks outstanding, right? I mean, are they larger? Maybe we've got a bigger stomach going here, and we got to do this sort of thing. Maybe they're more fit, so we want to give them more of a triangular feel to their chest. And there's all sorts of different bodies out there, and that's going to really help, obviously, communicate whoever it is you're trying to communicate. So I'm doing my generic kind of underwear shape. And let's say somebody is more fit. We'd want to really kind of make it a little more triangular and really get that, chest looking larger. But again, we're just gonna go with the generic kind of person. So here we go. So I got my like generic underwear shape, whitey tighty shape. That'll be my waist. And then for my legs, and everything kind of just keeps getting small. And there's different versions. This is not the only way to draw bodies by any means. You can do them all sorts of ways, as you can see in all sorts of different caricatures. But let's see, make sure I'm not running out of room here. Let me double check. Okay, just got it on the, move this up a little bit. Okay. And then feet here. So I kind of went with like a getting smaller, and finally my legs. So for legs, I'm just doing like my little kind of leg shape, little cylinders, little space for the knee, circle, sphere for the knee, legs, and then feet. All right, let's see. Give him a shoulder, an arm, an elbow, And I guess he's putting his hand at least one arm on his hip here. Okay, so let's see here. All right, what's his other arm gonna do? We'll just make it, we'll make him say hi. I don't know. And part of doing a caricature is, you know, thinking about whoever you're doing and pull it out a little more and making your body appropriate for them. And maybe, you know, say it's a celebrity, you know, maybe put them in a movie or something that they would be doing. I don't know, whatever it is, whatever they're known for. And if you go get a caricature done, if you've had that ever done for you at like an amusement park or something, you know, they always ask like, what do you like to do? You know, they're always asking, you know, they usually don't let you see the picture right till you're done. And they ask you, you know, what do you like to do? What are you into? And you say whatever. And then next thing you know, they've drawn you doing whatever, right? Whatever it is, you know, I like horseback riding. And then you get the caricature done and they've got you on a horse or whatever. So yeah, look for something typical or stereotypical of whoever it is you're doing. Let's say you're drawing a caricature of your mom or your dad or your brother or some family member. You know, you want to think about something they're doing and then do that. Okay, so we got our body shapes here. Now we're just going to rough in an outfit. We'll give this guy just a generic little t-shirt. And everything's kind of chunky because they're making this a little more cartoony. And I want to think of like the sleeves as kind of like tubes here that the arms can kind of fit in. So the hand's just going to be kind of a simple cartoon hand. Thumb would be back there. And again, thinking like tubes. So this shirt is going to be like a little tube. And I'm thinking about how gravity works here. Let's say if my tube is going to be hanging down like that, arm would be up there. Okay. So pulling what we know about anatomy, pulling that in to this drawing here. And let's see. So let's give him some, let's give him some pants, I guess. So I'm just going over my shapes, and making them kind of baggy here at the bottom. And kind of loosely following the shapes I've got here, but obviously it's cloth, so it can hang over. All right, and then some shoes that I barely have room for. Okay, I'm gonna get them just these cartoon shoes. So everything's kind of simplified. Okay, this arm here, again, simplifying the anatomy, getting my forearm shape there. This one looks a little bigger. And however you want to do the hand, I mean, say you want to do real cartoony, you can just go with the 3 fingers here. So there's 4 fingers. I don't know, it looks a little weird to me. It looks a little alien. I'm going to stick with the regular amount of fingers. But you'll see that in a lot of cartoons as well. Okay. I'm not really going to draw the head here. I will detail out the body though. I don't know. Some symbol on the shirt here. And keep things chunky, keep things simple. And all right. So now that I got everything kind of roughed out, again, I'm not really going to draw the head here. When I draw people normally, I'm going to give a gesture drawing and kind of have it all roughed out. Once again, with caricatures, the body is almost secondary. Yeah, the body is kind of secondary. So normally the head is drawn and then the body is kind of an afterthought. Now that doesn't have to be that way. You can plan this out a little better and do like a little gesture drawing just to make sure that you've got it enough room for it, you know? Okay, again, keeping everything simple. Okay, here's an arm in the back. Okay, broken line here just to kind of show that it's a seam attached. All right, fingers curled back. Okay, neck there, and that's as far as I think I'll go with the body there, or with the head, I mean, sorry. Maybe I'll add a seam here too. Real simple fingers here. Just kind of keeping in mind which ones are longer. Okay, pants. A little belt here. Okay, and pockets go that way. All right, just trying to draw some folds there. So anytime you can use reference, even for this, is even good, right? You get a few folds in the right spot. It'll look good. I'm just kind of free drawing it. That's the right word. Free-handing it, free something it. Okay, let's see. Let's draw a little seam here. All right. Okay, let's see, back up to the shirt. And let's see, what does he got on his chest here? Let's say he's got a, all right, let's say he's got a Deadpool logo. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of rough it in real quick. Something like that. A little fold in there. Good thing this is all black, so I can fix it. All right. Okay, there we go. Now, a real simple shoe here. So on the inside, I'm getting this curve there, coming out. I'm making these kind of blocky and cartoony. All right, I gotta turn my page. Forgive me. All right, and let's kind of rough in some laces. And we'll keep these real simple, like that. Okay. There is a really quickly drawn male body. Okay, let's do a female. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna rough out a head. Okay. A little generic 3/4 head. And hopefully it looks a little more female already. Just making the chin a little softer. The eyeline a little lower. Male, I try to make a little more squared off. And let's give her a body. Okay, so just, again, playing off some stereotypes. And obviously you need to look at your, whoever you're drawing and see what their body's like, right? But I'm gonna give her chest a little more of a narrow shape there, and then I'm gonna give her hips a little wider shape, or else, you know, it's not gonna look too much like a female. People are standing weird. All right, and then I'm gonna just bring everything and make it kind of stocky, but simplified. And again, I'm just kind of following what I know about drawing, what we've already studied in theory, depending on when you watch this video, right? But in the class I'm doing this for, we've already studied bodies. So now on YouTube, this may be way out of order, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, little feet, keeping them a little more narrow, just so they look a little more feminine. And even though everything's kind of stocky, I'm gonna kind of keep the limbs looking a little narrow. Give her a little bit of a chest here. Okay, and I'll make her just kind of waving too. Okay, thumb. And fingers. Again, trying to keep everything slightly more feminine, even in this blocky, cartoony style. Let's work on that a little bit. Okay. And let's see. And doing the same thing the other one was. All right, so hopefully giving her a bit of a chest here and giving her some hips and trying to keep limbs a little more narrow. Will help her look a little more feminine. And again, this is just a generic kind of body. You need to look at whoever you're drawing and look for how their body is, because obviously not all female bodies are like this, or male bodies like that either. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to give us a generic form to work with. Okay. Time to decide what she's wearing. All right, let's see. I know female clothes a little less than I know male clothes. So let's give her like a little skirt thing here. And maybe it's summertime right now, so maybe like a little tank top thing. That came out weird. Let's see. That goes like that. Okay. Okay, let's see. Is that gonna look right? Okay, I want to keep this looking like a tube, like I was saying. So go around in the back there. And maybe we'll give her little flip-flops or something. Because it's summer. Right now, who knows what it is if you watch this video. Okay, so let's see here. The skirt looks pretty generic. All right. So my narrow neck. Still trying to follow what I know about anatomy and having the traps come from behind it. Top of the sternum. All right, kind of following the muscle forms, even though it's simplified. Forearm getting a little wider. Oh, that got weird. Maybe it's going to be a fingernail. Okay. Here we go with the tank top here. And trying to make it go out so it looks like it has a little bit of dimension. Let's see, how's the shirt going here? Maybe I should have tucked it in, but I didn't. Give her a little necklace, because why not? Whoa, I might have done a little too. She's got a pretty buff shoulder there. All right, all right. A little simple hand there. Get back to that here. All right, a little simple knee, keeping it just with a little, you know, squared off line. And feet. Okay, little toes. My flip-flop. real small down here. Toes point down. Flip-flop strap thing. Let's see if I can get some dimension to this one here. Which I should have done on this one here. Let me see if I can fit it back in. Oh, that is a chunky line. Let's see if I can fix it by making the flip-flops black. There we go. Slightly better. Okay, lastly, got the skirt here. I'm just going to draw some pipe folds kind of coming down. And not the best skirt. I kind of didn't draw it tight or didn't draw it loose. I kind of drew it right between. But we'll make it work. Some folds there maybe. And all right, there's some simple cartoon bodies. Hope you guys learned something good about drawing cartoon bodies, and I'll see you on the next one.